Hi guys, I thought I would give you a quick update regarding the status of the Fallout 4 modding scene as it is at this very early stage. It has not even been a day since the game was released, and obviously there has been a lot of movement since the game was released, and in fact before it was released. Yeah, there were actually mods being uploaded before the game had been released, even in the earliest time zones. So some people with promo codes or something were already making mods. We've seen a lot of activity from a lot of different people, including people like the Fallout 4 script extender team. This is the same team as brought you SKSE, FOSE, NVSE, and so on. And basically, they immediately started working on the script extender and on a command line tool to extract the resources from the Bethesda archives. And we even have a tool, a GUI-based tool that does the same thing. I believe it's based upon the work of that team. So there are a lot of modders collaborate with other modders. So what we've got here is a lot of different people working hand in hand, sharing data and ideas, and really moving quickly. I can tell you that the data structure is pretty much as we expected. There are ESM files, there will probably be ESP files. Although at the moment, there's no data file manipulation in the launcher as there are on previous games. That's possibly been, being held back until they get official support from Bethesda. But we're working on the assumption that it's going to be ESMs and ESPs as before. The archives in previous games were called BSA files. They seem to be called BA2 files now, but they're pretty much the same thing. Slightly new format. It did require some work to unpack them, but they have been unpacked now, at least mostly. It's very early days. You can test this tool out yourself if you want. If you want to open up some of those resource packs and see what is within them. I would suggest if you're going to do that, if you're going to use the Bethesda Archive Extractor, I will show you how it's done. You're going to load up a file. It's going to be a file from the game. Let's have a look. Steam apps, common, Fallout 4 data. And let's say I choose sounds. And then I want to extract all of these. You don't have to. You can extract single ones. But let's say I extract all of them. Do not extract them to the Fallout 4 data folder. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. That could be very bad. In fact, it probably will be very bad depending on which files you extract. Just don't do it at the moment. I'm not saying it will break anything, but just put it somewhere else if you're going to play with it. I've put mine on my desktop under data. So, you can extract them there and see the sort of files the game is using. There are no surprises in here, really. The models are NIF files, the textures are DDS files. There have been some changes, apparently some good changes, some very good changes. The textures look pretty high quality, but the changes do mean some of the tools do need to be updated. So, before we see models being manipulated, we're going to need to see some of the tools updated. So bear that in mind. If you're going to play around with things like textures, read this warning. It's pretty important. There have been some changes, so things are not, things are not perfect yet, but we're heading in the right direction. As I mentioned, the Fallout 4 script extender is now, in progress. There are some threads about it. I will try and leave a link down below. There is one on the Nexus site and one on the Bethesda site if you're curious as to what is going on there. As I said, it is very early days, but at the moment my prognosis is things are pretty much going as expected. We have seen some mods, we are seeing a lot of activity, and of course we're just going to have to wait a little while before the more mature type of mods come out, and we're still probably going to have to wait for the official tool for the kind of mods you're used to in games like Skyrim. So don't be expecting quest mods or that type of thing at this very early stage, but you may begin to see the sort of mods we saw for Skyrim in the first few weeks. I'm expecting the progress through Fallout 4 modding will be similar to that we saw for Skyrim. I will, of course, keep you up to date if I find out anything else, and I'll see you guys soon.